Okay, I'm going to share with you two memory poems that were probably written in the 70s. And the first one is about how I learned to fish, a recollection. My father taught me how to fish, casting his lure to the pickle weeds where slender shadows would be seen that could make a savory breakfast dish when fried, well coated with cornmeal. At other times, we trolled for bass while I rowed and he trailed his line, baited to make a smallmouth decide it could not let that target pass, a treat too tempting to decline. I learned to hold the quarry close, slide my hand gently down the fins, wait for the tail to cease to swing, then softly work the barbed hook loose so that it could be baited again. At night, the hornpout were our choice, with bulbous heads and smooth black coats and sweet pink flesh we'd come to know. Their tentacles we tried to avoid. Our lantern brought them to our boat. My father and I were often at odds. I wasn't the Boy Scout he might have preferred. I did not always heed his words. But I can cherish this memory now of me at the oars and him in the stern. And the other one, which I will have to find here, see if I can get it to come up. My grandfather came over or down from New Brunswick, bringing two of my aunts and my mother, who was then 3 years old. And of course, his wife, Eliza Jane. And he built them a fine house. He was a skilled carpenter, among other things. And I spent many a summer week there. My grandfather's house. Under the hydrangeas on the front lawn, I played with little dolls, the ones you cut dresses for out of sewing scraps. Envying my cousins, their sibling camaraderie. Blackberries bubbled in pastures overgrown with birches where no wolves loitered, and rose again at breakfast dewy with cream. The linoleum was cool under feet admonished to wear sandals. Sunlight baptized the dining room, and half an acre of canning vegetables and cucumbers to be salt layered in crocks. Roosters with a glad cry woke me on the airy piazza, where insects ticking on screens had lulled me to sleep. My Humpty Dumpty grandfather brought 4 daughters and Eliza Jane down from New Brunswick to start a new century in a new land. A master carpenter, he built their house commodious with indoor plumbing. My youngest aunt was married in the parlor, while I, a flower girl with stage fright, cried on the oak stairs. By that front window, my grandmother's cheek was granite under my lips when Aunt Pearl led me to her coffin. Let your victuals shut your mouths, Grandpa advised his grandchildren at the table. Every Thanksgiving, the hydrangeas were brittle brown cotton candy and on fragile sticks.